had the power and the range of an assault rifle. It dealt between 59 and 29 damage without stopping power. It made it a 2 to 4 shot kill from any distance. The fire rate, it was low, 535 rounds per minute, but since you actually didn't need stopping power, you could throw on some double tack, crank things up to about 711 rounds per minute, and go to town. And I know the recoil was a little bouncy, but you could get used to it. And with the drum magazine attachment, well, you could fire 64 rounds without having to reload. I don't have to tell you that balance is extremely important in a first-person shooter. Most of you know your way around FPS games better than I do. And you would think, with all the money poured into Call of Duty every single year, that the balancing would be a little more, well, balanced. Every single year, there's a new Call of Duty game. With every new Call of Duty game, there's a new overpowered weapon. But which guns were the best? What is up, everybody? Chaos here. Welcome to the channel. And welcome to the Call of Duty Everything series. And today, we are going to go through every single game and pick out the most overpowered gun in that game. Now, a disclaimer. We're going to be talking about the game right now, not pre-patch or vanilla or anything like that. If you boot up in the game right now, these are going to be the most overpowered guns. Do me a favor, turn on those post notifications. Make sure your YouTube notifications are on so you get all the Team Chaos channel notifications. Drop a like, and here we go. Starting off with COD 4. The M16A4, there's no surprise here. This is one of the most infamous guns in COD history. I mean, for many reasons. Ridiculous time to kill, and insane ease of use. It's a 3-round burst assault rifle. It's unlocked immediately upon turning the game on, and it would deal between 30 and 40 damage per bullet, with the burst coming out at almost 1,000 rounds per minute. Then, let's throw stopping power on it just to make it fun, right? 2-shot kill anywhere. So, just where I want to make sure we're on the same page. This gun is a 2-shot kill with a fire rate of 937 rounds per minute and extremely low recoil. Needless to say, it was insane. And it just became even more of a problem in the remastered version. Servers were improved, hitting shots was easier than the original, and burst weapons are either really, really good or really, really bad in Call of Duty, but I think everybody will agree with me. The COD 4 M16 is one of the best we've ever gotten. Next up is World at War and the MP40. Again, no surprise here. WoW was a pretty balanced game, actually, if you took the MP40 out. Unfortunately, that's not reality. The MP40 was a ridiculous submachine gun. It had the power and the range of an assault rifle. It dealt between 59 and 29 damage without stopping power. It made it a 2 to 4 shot kill from any distance. The fire rate, it was low, 535 rounds per minute, but since you actually didn't need stopping power, you could throw on some double tap, crank things up to about 711 rounds per minute and go to town. And I know the recoil was a little bouncy, but you could get used to it. With the drum magazine attachment, well, you could fire 64 rounds without having to reload. It was ridiculous, and I still don't understand how Treyarch let this one get through the cracks and never patched it. Now, let's turn things on their head a little bit. Modern Warfare 2. The UMP-45. I know, you may have expected the ACR, but I'm going with the UMP. It was by far the best SMG in the game, but I actually think it's the best gun overall. Hear me out. The ACR, we know the legend, laser beam. But the UMP, it was dumb. It was an SMG. It would fire 670 rounds per minute or 845 with rapid fire. It hit between 35 and 40 damage from any distance without stopping power. Now, this was an SMG. They could 3-shot people from across the map without stopping power. You can't sit there and tell me that that's not dumb. Then you throw on some stopping power. It became a 2-shot kill up close and a 2 to 3 shot kill at range. Now, I know people love the ACR in Modern Warfare 2, but you can't tell me with a straight face that an SMG that can 2-tap people from range is totally okay. To me, it may have been the best gun in the game and the most overpowered. Debate it in the comments. We might as well call this a hits video because we're playing all the hits. Black Ops, the FAMAS. This was a serious problem. It was, and despite getting nerfed pretty early on, it was still the best gun in the game. 937 rounds per minute, dealing between 35 and 25 damage, so theoretically it's a 3 to 4 shot kill everywhere on the map, giving it by far the fastest time to kill in the game, even faster than the SMGs. Now, Black Ops, it did have assault rifles that required less shots to kill. They also weren't firing at almost 1,000 rounds per minute. So, the FAMAS still had one of the fastest times to kill at long range, and then up close, well, it would kick you straight back to the lobby. Like I said, Treyarch nerfed the FAMAS pretty early on by cranking up that recoil, but people adapted to the recoil, and they still took full advantage of this gun's ridiculous attributes. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with this one. The Modern Warfare 3 MP7, some people say the ACR. Not me. ACR was ridiculous. Definitely one of the best assault rifles in the game, but at least it actually behaved like an assault rifle. Meanwhile, you had the MP7, which had the handling and the fire rate of an SMG while hitting like an LMG. Forget an assault rifle. It dropped people from across the map in a few shots. It hit for between 35 and 20 damage. So it's a 3 to 5 shot kill from any distance, and it fired at 900 rounds per minute by default. And you could crank it up to almost 1150 rounds per minute with rapid fire. Then, go ahead and factor in the extremely low recoil, clean iron sights. You've got one of the fastest times to kill in the entire game. It could drop you across the map before you realize where the shots were coming, and with a 40-round mag, well, you could spray away as much as you wanted. You didn't have to be a good aim. It was definitely the best gun in the game, and it was super overpowerful. And if you ask me, it is one of the best, if not the best, SMGs in COD history. Speaking of ridiculous SMGs, we are now at Black Ops 2. I'll give you 2 seconds. Nope, time's up. Scorpion Evo. Come on. I mean, one of the fastest firing guns in COD history, and it wasn't even with rapid fire. 1,250 rounds per minute by default. Rapid fire, let's go up to 1,800 rounds per minute. I mean, that is ridiculous. It's not actually the fastest, though. It isn't. But the trade-off was the recoil and the damage. The Scorpion kicked pretty hard, and it only dealt 33 to 18 damage, making it a 4 to 6 shot kill. But when you're firing that fast, you're throwing bullets downrange like that, the low damage isn't an issue. At close range, you would erase people. And even at longer ranges, it would take 5 to 6 shots if you could control the recoil. It was deadly. It was absurd. At close and medium range, there was no answer to the Scorpion Evo. Call of Duty Ghosts. The MTAR X, one of the most beloved competitive guns in COD history thanks to its versatility. This SMG was intended to be a hybrid. It was supposed to be an assault rifle and an SMG, and it actually felt that way. 810 rounds per minute by default, that's pretty nice. 953 with rapid fire, that's even better. Hit between 40 and 25 damage, that's pretty good. Makes it a 3 to 4 shot kill. Not much recoil, right? Attack people at mid-range, and the 1.3 times headshot multiplier, well, made it a melt machine. It was extremely powerful, one of the most popular guns in the game for both pubs and competitive. Now, Ghost was a pretty decently balanced game overall. Not a whole lot of standouts, just a lot. But the MTAR X, it stood out. It was just something a little too good about the gun. Now we've reached Advanced Warfare Battle of Duty, or Battle of Duty Advanced Warfare. Everybody pretend to be surprised, okay? One of the most hated and used guns in COD history. It was spammed. It was crazy. The base version, it was nuts. It killed in 3 to 6 shots. I mean, it fired at over 700 rounds per minute, no recoil. And I think it got even more nuts when you started digging into the variants. The most infamous of them was the Obsidian Steed. It was blatantly overpowered. There were conspiracy theories about it just being a tactic to get people to buy supply drops, which it probably was. The BAL was by far the most used gun in both pubs and competitive, while the ASM-1 was also annoying. It wasn't nearly as spammed as the BAL, although it was a close second. Advanced Warfare was a fun game, but the gun balancing, well, it was doo-doo if you look back. And I do believe the BAL was on a default class, so yeah, just use it right when you boot up the game. Now we've reached Black Ops 3. I still have no clue what Treyarch was doing here. The 205 Brecci. Perhaps it's the single most hated gun in Call of Duty. I don't know. It's up there with the dual FMG9s from Modern Warfare 3. This semi-automatic shotgun quickly infested Black Ops 3. To this day, it has not been nerfed. Treyarch was making balancing changes every few weeks, and they never felt the need to nerf this down a bit. It would fire at 212 rounds per minute by default, so it's a 2 to 3 shot kill from any distance. Had a massive 12-round magazine and a very quick reload time, both of which you can make them faster with attachments. It was such a skillless gun, an obviously overpowered weapon, that it quickly became hated by everybody. I know, it's fun to run around and get high kill games with no effort, but everybody hated you while you were doing it. You probably didn't take a shower once the game ended again. I have no clue how Treyarch let this gun through testing, and then they never patched it, despite all the backlash that they got from the community. Now we've arrived at Infinite Warfare. You're forgiven if you have no idea what the best gun in Infinite Warfare was, because a lot of people quit a few weeks in, but it is the MV4. Now, it was the starting assault rifle in Infinite Warfare, and it was hands down the best because of its versatility, ease of use, and the amount of variants. The fire rate was low. Base damage, nothing impressive. But the way the gun handled made it the easiest thing in the game to use regardless of your skill level. And this made it much more attractive to people than the K-Bar or the ERAD. Those were two competitive weapons of choice as well. MV4 got a lot of attention in competitive, but it was definitely the top of the pack. How many times did you get killed by someone laying in the back of the spawn, lasering you with the MV4 flatline? Seriously, screw this gun. Call of Duty World War II, the bar. Once again, Sledgehammer locked, and it was hands down the best automatic in the game. The STG-40 used to fully nerf. It was the last rifle you... It was popular, had a faster fire rate, but the bar was the superior weapon because of the 3-shot kill potential. It was one of the only automatics in the game that could 3-shot. It had a fire rate of 571 rounds per minute, 612 with rapid fire. That made it outperform a lot of the SMGs at close range. Super consistent gun, killed in 3 to 4 shots from any distance with a super low recoil. People abused it. They did. They abused it. Black Ops 4. The SOG 9mm. Now, BO4 had some annoying guns, but I don't think anything come close. It doesn't come close to the SOG. SMGs, ridiculous fire rates, respectable damage, rather low recoil, and killed faster than most assault rifles at both close and mid-range. There you go. It makes it overpowered. It was also extremely obnoxious in dual-wield operator mode, or the mod, gave you 2 of them to spam out, and made everybody leave the lobby altogether. It was one of the most used guns in the game by competitive players and pub stompers. Unless you got really cheesy with your strategies, there was no answer to it. Sure, the Maddox was good, the ICR was a laser, but come on. In terms of the guns that were good, probably a little too good, the SOG takes the cake. And now we've reached the last cake. Modern Warfare. This is an easy one. The M4A1. Now, the 725 was the most overpowered gun in Modern Warfare on day 1, but it's been patched down. And I think most people will now agree the M4A1 is the best in the game, despite also getting nerfed quite a few times. 833 rounds per minute, killing 3 shots if you aimed high and stuck to close range. It is one of the fastest time to kill guns in the entire game for automatics, and it will outperform many of the submachine guns at close range despite being an assault rifle. It's ridiculous, and it's still the most used gun in the entire game despite being nerfed multiple times. Entire game for automatics, and it will outperform many of the submachine guns at close range despite being an assault rifle. It's ridiculous, and it's still the most used gun in the entire game despite being nerfed multiple times. I really don't know where Infinity Ward stands on the M4 anymore. At first, it seemed like they were committed to nerfing it, making sure it was balanced. And now, I think they're just letting it roll. And there you have it, my friends. Those are the most overpowered guns in every single Call of Duty, at least to me. You let me know where you agree or disagree. Drop a like, and I'll see you soon.
Come on!